Es momento de que me dejes. Tu momento de volar. Ve a la ciudad de Los Ángeles.
You can't just sit out here all alone night after night. You know how many jobs there are in this town? One.
Let her go! Stop!
Are you a soldier? Marine. My name is Carmen.
Carmen.
Mi mamá me dijo que eran como hermanas.
Hermanas de vida y hermanas de muerte. Tus pies saben bailar. Son mariposas.
Recuerda siempre que de lo que huyes lo acabarás encontrando, vayas donde vayas.
Soñando.
Danzando.
Ser libre. Baila.
They're gonna find us. You know that, right? You belong here.
Me pertenezco a mí. Y a mi corazón.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for Carmen, arriving in theaters on June 14th. It's your boy Kuya P. This is Nerds Rule the World, and I'm here to give you my review for the film I just literally watched. Got a virtual screener from my good friends over at Ally to check this out in advance. And man, I don't know what I just saw. It was wild. It was crazy. But let's break it down a little bit as we do. We'd like to give you our breakdown on the story as well as the cast and then our thoughts. And you have just me today. As you know, we like to do this with a team, but it's just me today, y'all. So let's get down with Carmen. The story, it opens up in Mexico. We have this woman who's dancing. All of a sudden, these bad guys drive up and she still dances. She ain't stressing on these bad guys. They ask her where her daughter is, and she just, gives them a look and just keeps on dancing until she stops. And it's crazy. It's wild. As she was dancing, as they were driving up, she was dancing to the beat of the sound of the car driving through the dirt. It was very creative, very beautiful. As a fan of dance, and I would say throughout this entire film, I would suggest you be a fan of dance or have an appreciation for dance because you get that and it's done masterfully, and you'll know why very soon. But yeah, she dances, and then when she stops, she gets shots, and off in the distance is her daughter, who then finds that her mother was shot, and so begins our tale. We then quickly move from there to on the other side of the border here in America, where a young veteran who just recently got back from Afghanistan is trying to just survive. He's living with his sister, and his sister wants him to get a job because he needs to help pay for things so they can exist and live. And we meet this character. The next thing we find is him working the border patrol, and we now see our young woman of Carmen, who is the daughter whose mother was shot, is now trying to go from Mexico into the U.S. And that's when our two characters meet, as the Marine is working border patrol. And let me get that character's name real quick for y'all. The character's name is Aiden. As Aiden is working border patrol, he is working with a friend. Who the friend comes upon these immigrants, these migrants, and he's not about these migrants coming into the country. So he kills a few of the migrants. Carmen starts to run. Aiden runs after his friend, who's now got Carmen in his grasp, and then shoots his friend because his friends shouldn't be killing migrants, shouldn't be killing people in general like that. That's not the job of Border Patrol or assistance to Border Patrol, to get even deeper into the story. So they're now on the run. and learning about each other, because he's not about, people taking other people's lives, and she's just trying to survive. And so starts our story, as we kind of reflect through the past. She was escaping, just the violence that was in Mexico, him just trying to get over what he went through. He has PTSD from his time in Afghanistan, but now they are both on the run because he just shot somebody, and they're escaping away from what all just went down, making their way across to California because Carmen's mother had a best friend that runs a club in LA. There's your story, y'all. It's based on an old, if you're familiar with Carmen, who hasn't heard of Carmen, famous opera. The original tale was first written in 1845 by Prosper Mérimée. It's been adapted in various iterations. I know there was a Beyonce version called Carmen the Hip Opera back in the day. I don't think I saw that one. I think I own it on DVD, because I'm a fan of Bay. I am part of the Bay Squad, y'all, but I don't think I've ever watched it. And with Omar Epps, I think, was in it. But yes, there was a Carmen hip opera. It's been adapted in so many different iterations, but it's a classic story. And we are now getting this version, an immigrant version, in this new version, heading to theaters on June 16th, I believe. Yeah, this is June 14th. So there you go. There's the basic story for Carmen, coming very soon. Let's talk about the cast and crew. And before I dig into all of that, I want to give a shout out to everybody on the cast and crew, because while I may highlight some of those folks, it takes a village to make a film. So shout out to everybody on this cast and crew that put together this new Carmen. So on the directing chores, we have Benjamin Milliepied. My apologies if I mispronounce your name, Benjamin. First-time director. Benjamin from being one of the choreographers that choreographed and starred in Black Swan with Natalie Portman. And I think, funny enough, he is married to Natalie Portman as well. He is. So yes, I guess they must have fell in love on Black Swan, or I don't know. But he was a member of the Paris Ballet, world-renowned dancer, choreographer, first time directing a project. And this is his first ever. You see those artistic influences throughout Carmen. Shout out to Benjamin Milliepied on the directing chores. Writers on this are Loic Barrera, Alexander Denelaris, and Lisa Loomer. Shout out to them. Our stars, our lead is our Carmen, if you will, is Melissa Barrera. You've recently seen Melissa on Scream 6 as Sam Carpenter. She's part of the Carpenter sisters. She was in the previous Scream 5. She was also Vanessa in The Heights, as well as Danella in Dos Veche 2 as well. I'm a big fan of Melissa Barrera. She's been kind of growing on me as she's done her thing with Scream and In The Heights. Shout out to her. Very captivating in this. You watch this film because you're enthralled with what she does. She's amazing. And yes, shout out to Melissa Barrera. Aiden in this project is Irish actor Paul Mescal. Paul can be seen as Calum in After Sun, as Will in The Lost Daughter, Connell in the TV series Normal People, as well as Brian O'Hara in God's Creatures. Shout out to Paul Mescal. Rossy de Palma, the character that he goes the aunts, I want to say, that Carmen's character goes to see in LA. She's been in a lot of amazing projects. Law of Desire, Women on the Verge of a Nervous Breakdown. Just a supreme actor that you'll see really just gives a whole nother gravitas to this amazing artistic film. There you go. Those are the main cast and crew that I wanted to highlight real quick. So my thoughts on Carmen. Wow, this film, I will say, probably not for everybody. I think some people may not kind of feel the tone and the change. It's not a straightforward drama. It's not a straightforward dance film. It's a very artistic film, and it kind of goes in between both. When it just that opening sequence, you see Carmen's mother dancing and just, playing to the camera, shot really well. You can tell that the person who is on the lens, the DP, the director, has an appreciation for dance. they give you that, and you see the movement, which is what dance is all about, and the beats and the audio to go along with it, and to have her dance as this car of gangsters are coming after her come up was just wow. I was like, this is something different as I was watching it. You then go into more of like a story, a regular kind of like narrative story when we get introduced to some of the other characters, but it's amazingly shot. It's very artistic, but I think maybe too much style in certain ways. So it's like it goes in between stylistic and then regular narrative feature, which is then, you know, he knows how to shoot. But just it's different stylistic choices. I don't know if this film is for everybody, but I think people that appreciate film, appreciate art, appreciate dance will enjoy this film. I found myself like really enjoying certain segments, slightly questionable on certain sequences, and then arriving back to it, there was like an up and down, kind of like a song or a dance, which is maybe the intention as well, because good music and good art, dance film, they have those ebbs and flows, if you will. So I would say overall, I enjoyed this film. You watch this film for Melissa Barrera. She's captivating. She pulls you in. Paul Mescal as well is a great actor. I'm curious how both these stars are going to choose other projects. We already have seen, at least I'm familiar with Melissa Barrera's work. She's killing it in Scream. I want to see more what she's doing. I've heard of other projects that I need to check her out in. But this just continues to just, man, she is a star on the rise. And with Paul Mescal, this being I would say my first introduction to him as an actor. I'm curious what other work he does. Because they both bring you in. You want to follow this chemistry, this love that they both have, and as they share, and this dance. But there's are weird segments, like we're on the run with these characters when all of a sudden they pull over and there's like this carnival ride, there's dancers going on, and it's a weird twist. And then you're reminded, hold up, this isn't just a narrative piece, this is also a dance film, because it breaks into like a whole music video in a way throughout that dance. So not for all, but I think a lot of people will appreciate it. I overall had a good time, and again, it is kind of like dance, and it is an art. It's art. It's very artistic. Maybe not for all, but if you have an appreciation for art, for dance, for film, you'll feel it. So those are my thoughts, y'all. I know I'm probably everywhere, and you all are going again, Patrick, why don't you have somebody else to review this film with you, to help rein you in and pull you back and give you focus. But not everybody could check this out with me today. So I just had to drop my thoughts, y'all. Check it out. It's coming to theaters again on June 14th. Yes, everywhere from Sony Picture Classics. Shout out to Benjamin Milliepied. Shout out to Paul Mescal, Melissa Barrera. They did it, man. This is art. This is a film that I think separates itself from others because it's so artistic as well. While it could be its plus side and its downside, you will remember this film. And as an artist and as a creative, that's big, because we need those bits of inspiration to break the monotony of sameness, of control, of normalcy. So there you go. Those are my thoughts, man. Check it out. Carmen, coming to theaters again June 14th from Sony Picture Classics. I want to know your thoughts. Let me know what you feel, if you felt it, if there's a particular sequence you enjoyed. I know there's a lot of great sequences for me that I enjoyed, some weird sequences, but I'm happy I checked this out, y'all. Again, Carmen, let me know if you're checking out in the comments below. If you want to check me out, you can follow me on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, at The Legend Kuya P. And of course, the channel, y'all, subscribe, hit that notification bell, do all the things, subscribe. It's at the NRW and at Release Wednesday. That's Twitter, that's Instagram. And of course, here on YouTube, y'all, subscribe. We appreciate y'all. Carmen, in theaters, June 14th. It's your boy Kuya P. Nerds rule the world.